Hey guys, Friday Focus here. Okay, got a little bit of fearless going on in the background. I decided that I wanted to share with you a good tip, something that I learned that would hopefully be beneficial in your business. And I thought the Fearless song by Jasmine Murray was the perfect background setting because in order to move forward or catapult our business, it's definitely going to take a little bit of being fearless. So I'm sure a lot of you who've already started your business, if you're not new and you've been in a while, you'll agree. And if you are not new or you are new and you're just getting started, then there's going to be some fearful moments when you start to talk to somebody and then for whatever reason you decide to back down. So I really want to give you a couple of helpful things. I have been listening to Ray Higdon. He is one of Bob Heilig's I don't know what I guess you want to call him, his inspiration, somebody he follows, somebody that he looks up to, his mentor. So I have listened to a few of his different videos, and most of the stuff that Ray puts out is a short little blip, but then you'd have to pay for future information and that kind of thing. So whatever little tidbit I could steal or share, I guess I'd say, he wouldn't put it there if it wasn't able to be taken. That I wanted to share with you today. So one of the number one reasons why we are not creating our marketing success even in Avon, we're considered a network marketer. So if you didn't realize that, Avon is definitely not just about sales. It's also about recruiting and sharing your business and getting team members. And that's really an important thing. I know some of you might not think so, but and maybe you're just in this business and you think that, well, sales is, I just want to get the book and I want to sell, and that's all I want to do. But what you don't realize is if you only sell, you're only as good as your sale. What do I mean by that? Basically, the fact that if you can't sell, then what happens? What happens if you break a leg? And now I'm going to sound like the doom disaster monster, but I'm just being for real, guys, because things happen. Life happens to all of us. So maybe you don't break a leg. Maybe your car goes down and you have got some serious car problems that you can't get around town. So now it's making it harder for you to go out and do your Avon business. Or what if a family member has a health issue and now you are consumed by your family member? There's lots of reasons why your sales could plummet. There's lots of great reasons why they could go up. But just in being real with you as to reasons why you're going to network, and networking isn't just about building a team either. Networking can also be, I don't know how else to describe it, maybe tit for tat. Somebody who is a 31 consultant, or somebody who is a candle person, and I know we do have a few bags in our book, and we may have a few candles, but if there's a way that you can network with someone else, the better things where you're networking are really going to be strategically as you go out and you're looking for business would be, let's say you go into a dentist office and you would like to leave your books at the dentist office. This is networking. You are networking with that company, that business, to basically ask them, would they allow you to leave some books in their office? Or you are, of course, maybe leaving books hopefully behind the counter so you have some follow-up information. That way you're able to connect with somebody and be able to follow up and get the sale. But in any case, the idea is that it's always more pleasant when you can network with them. Ask that company, do you have any flyers? Are you running any specials? Is there anything you have going on right now? Woo, gosh, sorry, I hit the music button by accident. Oops, sorry. Okay, anyway, she's still carrying on over there. So anyway, the networking thing. You are going to ask, do they have any sales flyers? Do they have anything that they can share with you that you could put in your brochures? So as you're handing them out or passing out the books and talking to people, you will also be passing along their information. So if you're willing to pass along their information, they're going to be a little bit more open to network with you, to work with you. So think of that when you do go into different places. If you would like to leave your books somewhere, I know sometimes it's that feeling of you're kind of like, well, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to make these demands. I want somebody to let me leave my books here. Or I want somebody to let me leave some demo products here. Or, what are you wanting to do? But truly, when you can offer them a service or offer them something back, that's where the networking becomes a beautiful thing. So take time to network your business in that way. But then there is also the side of the networking business with Avon where we are team building. And so one of the things that Ray talks about that is really important, and it kind of is a realization as I was listening to it, is the one, or he's named off actually several things. He said, you're not creating success for yourself. Why? You could say, is it because of lack of skill, that you don't know what you're doing, or, and maybe if you're new, you might feel that way, but that's not necessarily true. We all bring great things to this business. It depends on what you did before. I was a secretary before I ever did Avon, so you think my paperwork would be in better order because of what I did, but that's not my forte. I can do it for somebody else, but they can't do it for me. So therefore, I have a wonderful husband who does a great job with paperwork, so kudos to Clint. Or let's say you're not a success because of your background or because you don't have an abundance of support. I didn't have an upline. I've never had an upline. I am the upline. I don't have anybody who's been teaching and training me other than along the way, a few great district managers I've reached out to them saying that I wanted to learn how to do something, but it wasn't because somebody recruited me and felt like they could pour into me and say, hey, let me show you how to do all this. I didn't have anybody doing that. So I didn't have a support system, if you will. It's taken a lot of time and effort to grow the business and to do things at the point that we're at. Or maybe you say, I'm in a lack of a huge warm market sense. Maybe you feel like you don't know a lot of people. So that's the reason why you're not successful. No. You could have all of the above. You could have skill, you have background, you could have an abundance of support. You could have people telling you exactly what to do, tell you if you do these 3 things, you're going to be a success. But the one thing is, if you lack this one thing, will not have success. You could have all of that and still not have success. So what is the one thing that's lacking that we're not having success with? Aren't you curious? I will tell you. It's called, are you ready for this? A lack of consistency. Yep, that's it, consistency. I said, wow, Ray, that was heavy. When I was listening to it, I thought, yep, he's right. Being consistent is so easy for us to get into a mode where we either, maybe you got something going that is semi-consistent, you fall back on, well, I got my books out in those regular places, so I'm going to hope and pray that somebody will call me, or, maybe it's just those kind of things. Hey, Crystal, how are you today? Thanks for popping in. But lack of consistency is what will make us unsuccessful. And it really doesn't matter what we do in life. If we don't have consistency in our life, if you think about it, if you weren't consistent with, the best illustration I can think of is because I am a parent. I'm a mom, so if there is a lack of consistency in how you discipline your children, or what your methods are to your madness, you're not going to get anywhere. So if one time it's okay for them to have cookies for breakfast, and then the next day you tell them, nope, you can't have cookies. We don't do cookies for breakfast. They're going to go, phew. Mind blown. What? I had cookies yesterday. What happened? What changed? So we got to stay consistent, because then if we don't stay consistent, then they're like, I can't believe a word you're telling me, right? So it's the same thing with our business. If we're not consistent with the things that we do, doesn't matter what kind of background we got, what kind of anything we have going, that consistency is really what pays off in the long run, and that's what makes us successful. And another part of it is vision. So it's kind of a two-part thing. You wouldn't think about vision really being so much of a thing that directs you or guides you or anything like that. And some people might think that's fluffy stuff, but truly, I know vision is very important, because if we don't see ourselves going in a certain direction, I'll give you another good example. If you are trying to lose weight, I am currently trying to lose weight. I just got back on the Weight Watchers program. So everybody out there who ends up watching this, keep me accountable. Message me and say, how's that Weight Watchers thing going? But anyway, if I don't have a vision as to that I am seeing myself somewhere at a certain point, I look at myself now, I can look in the mirror and I go, ugh, yuck. I don't like what I see. I need to make changes. But I could say that all day long. But if I have a vision, thank you, Crystal. I know you're working on some things too, actually. I just thought about that. So hopefully you're doing good. And I might be anxious to see what your results are. But that vision, if we don't hold tight to that vision and keep set on what we want to see, it's like our point is moot. We can say we're doing this all day long, but I can say I want to lose weight all day long, but if I don't have vision and I'm not driven to make it happen, I'm going to get on the scales in a week and I'm going to weigh exactly the same thing, if not more. Yikes. So what is your vision? Who do you want to be? And who are you becoming? And I really do like to channel the business towards looking at it like if you were ever losing weight, because there's probably a good portion of us that somewhere in our life along the way, we've done that kind of thing. We've lost 5 or 10 pounds, or we've made a goal to take off 25 pounds or whatever. And some of us have not had success. And then you want to ask yourself that question. Why wasn't I successful? Was it because I entered a room that had a plethora of sweet treats and I couldn't say no? I couldn't walk away? Or was it because I didn't have that vision that at the end I saw myself being thinner? I saw myself being healthier. I saw myself having more energy. I saw myself becoming a person I want to be. So if you think of that too and utilize that in your business, where do you want to go? Do you want to be a President's Club member? Do you want to be a gold leader? And if you aren't sure what those terminologies mean, then you want to look that up. You want to find out what your business has to offer you, and figure out what kind of money, what kind of income is that going to provide for you. If you can get there, what's that going to do for you? And that helps you create some vision. And he also talked about some other things, like he talked about different elements or strategies that you could use to help boost your business. And I won't go in a whole lot of in-depth stuff, but maybe I'll do another something where I type up some notes and share it in an event kind of thing, because he did take a good 30 minutes and I do want to share some things for Campaign 9. But the elements that he shared were basically, let's see, what was one of them? I have them written down, but I don't want to make sure. I don't know if I can give them in order. He talked about attraction marketing. We could, well, Avon has Alma leads, and this is pertaining to people signing up, which I forgot to tie that back into. We talked about sales, which are good, but if we don't share our business with other individuals and let them know that they can join the team, that they can be a part of something bigger, one, that gives that customer now has an opportunity to grow her business, not just by sales, but now she can have two kinds of incomes, and of course our online sales. So actually there's three ways for that person to make money. And if we never tell them about the opportunity to come to the business, or they don't know that you are willing to help them, they'll look for somebody else. And at some point it may dawn on them, gosh, I'm spending $50 or $60 with this Avon lady every time. I oughta consider buying. I should buy stock in Avon. It's going to dawn on them, or somebody is going to talk to them and offer the opportunity. It's going to be one or the other. And when that time happens, you will be so sorry that you did not mention that they could possibly join Avon and be a part of a team with you, even if you don't have a team member yet. It's just putting the idea out there, because you just never know. And if you do that, then at some point they can come back and say, if somebody ever talks to them and wants them to sign up with them, they're going to have that moment of, you know what? I can't do that. Denise already mentioned it to me. I would really be hurting her if I stepped away and, I quit being a customer and decided to sell, and I'm selling with you instead of her. She already asked me. So I'm going to have to decline that offer, and actually I'm going to give this more thought, and I might get back to Denise and let her know. But thank you for thinking of me. That could be the conversation. Now, if it's a family member, you may have a customer who has a sister or an aunt or somebody who decides to sell Avon, and they come and say, I really need 3 people on my team because I'm trying to hit this goal. So with a little bit of pressure, they may cave and go, okay, I'll do it. And you might lose that person as a customer and as a possible recruit, but that would happen anyway, because blood runs thicker than water for most of us. So that's okay, because somewhere along the way, it'll all come back to you. When somebody goes away, somebody who comes in. So it's all good, but that's usually the only way you're going to lose a recruit, is if it is to a family member. So, and that doesn't really happen all that often, to be quite honest. I know I don't even really have family that purchases from me. All my sales, whenever you see me post sales or congratulations or whatever, and I occasionally include my name in there, that doesn't, then I'd say good proportion. I mean, my family might buy from me maybe 3 times a year, and we have 26 campaigns in a year. So they're not my biggest supporters, let's put it that way. I go out and find the people that I find my business, and I don't count on my family to be my business. So anyway, he does talk about attraction marketing and not buying leads, but basically creating something from yourself where it is something that you do, a service you offer, something special or unique to you, that no matter what you're doing, you're able to transfer it into any other business. He also talks about blogging, and that's something I know I personally haven't done yet. And I am going to just be honest, I've been a little intimidated by the whole blogging thing. I look at other people's blogs and I'm like, yeah, man, I would love to have a blog that looked like that. And of course, if you look at Emily Segren's page, her makeup marketing online, oh my gosh, that woman has a plethora of stuff on there. And any representative is welcome to go on and look at her site, and you could learn an awful lot. So plug for Emily Segren. Go look at the www.makeupmarketingonline. Look at her site. Get some tips. Learn some stuff. She's got some great things there. She puts out a whole lot of stuff. Now, she also does some other training that she charges for to help Avon representatives. Okay, sounds good, Crystal. Thank you for popping in. But yeah, definitely come back, girl. I'll hopefully get to talk to you soon. But anyway, definitely check out her site. But I know I'm intimidated by the idea because I look at stuff like that and go, I don't know, when does she have time to do all that? But the realization is it's taken her time to get started, taken her time. And over the years, she didn't just poof magically have this big website or page that she made overnight. It took time. So blogging is another thing. They also talked about suggested skills. And they talked about, let's see, what else did he say? He talked about branding, so branding yourself, rather than, I might have already said that one. I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did. No, branding yourself. So, that is something that is unique to you. And he talked about speaking, so you could use speaking like we're doing now, a live video, something of that nature, or make a recorded video, or maybe there'll be an opportunity somewhere, an event or something that's local. They may be putting on, some sort of shindig, like, say, for instance, Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe they want to have somebody who could come in and talk a little bit about skincare. Now, you might not feel like you're the authority on skincare, but you could go in and look up some tips, because who doesn't use Google? Google is good. And as you look through some of that information, you're going to see stuff that you're, oh yeah, I've done that. That worked for me. Yeah, I've done that. That worked for me. So, of course, what works for one doesn't always work for everyone. But you could kind of get a consensus and narrow it down and do a little, 20-minute speech or something. So that gets you recognized and gets you out in the public eye. And then they also talked about team building, that basically whatever you do with the team building, it isn't about, how did he say that? It's not about getting the team in there to do exactly what needs to be done. It's more about the teachable moments, and making things duplicatable. Just because we tell you, or I tell you, that you need to do something, or this is how to do it, or whatever, y'all are going to want to see that I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. So I hope to have future videos and things that are going to show the team here in action, because it's taken a little time for me to get to know more people here and getting out and about. So hopefully you'll be seeing more of that. But the two key elements to making yourself successful is definitely going to be having vision and consistency. So if you can remember those two key things, how important it is, because if you're not consistent, you're not going to have what you want, because you're going to be a hit and a miss, and you're not going to see results. If you don't have vision, you also won't have results, because you aren't seeing where you want to be, and you don't have a place that you're going. You're just still sitting there idly. So I hope that has helped you. And like I said, I can expound more, and I'll do a little something. Either I'll do a note thing on our page and share some more tips, or possibly do it as an event. But I wanted to move on and give you a few tips for campaign 9. Because for me, I'm in meal plan 5. Some people, I know meal plan 10 people, they're still liking they're just getting started and into their campaign 8, sharing the books and that sort of thing. So they haven't placed their order yet either. But we will be, those of us in meal plan 5 or before, are placing our campaign 8 orders either this coming Tuesday or before. So I wanted to share a few things with campaign 9. Cool cover for Mother's Day. I love it. Then there's a new Celebrate tomorrow. Today, tomorrow, always. And it's absolute. There is this is the what's new that I'm showing you. This is a scratch and sniff. Love the love this flower absolute. Actually, the word oh my gosh, sorry, that is actually the scent. Orange flower absolute is what it's called, and the base note is sandalwood. So if you have a customer who likes sandalwood, they probably are going to love this perfume. The packaging is really pretty. And it's just going to be that's what's going to sell a lot for Mother's Day. We always sell a lot of perfumes during Christmas, Valentine's Day, and Mother's Day. Those are our big time sellers. Down the bottom, there is buy 2 get 1 free. Those are samples. And I'm considering doing this myself, because some people may not feel like they have a whole lot of money to maybe make a purchase of a perfume. And this is a $30 perfume. And our deal in here is it's a 2-pack, so it's a $60 value. And your cost is $36, so you would earn $24 if you bought it straight out of the what's new. So, but my thought was, in these little vials, the card is cute, it looks nice, and if somebody is, excuse me, trying to stay on maybe a strict budget, but they want something really nice for Mother's Day, but they don't feel like they could afford a fancy perfume, I would, and I'm probably going to do this, so if I get some made up, I will show you guys what I make. But my thought was to take some of these, order those, and get, while our silicone glove is on sale, or hand creams have been on sale for $1.99, use a hand cream and stick in perfume, and then look for a nice color, either lip gloss or lipstick, something not too bright, but something kind of in between that anybody, some more of a neutral. The neutral colors are good. Anybody can wear neutral. So look at the nudes and neutrals if you want to do a lipstick. But if not, same thing goes for the lip glosses. So you can include a lip gloss, a hand cream, and then this little perfume. Jewelry wise, if you want to give mom something nice, earrings are nice, but not every mom has pierced ears. So you might consider the bracelet option. And look even in the outlet book for some of our bracelets that have been marked down to for like $3.99, $4.99. So $5 bracelet, you're talking that's $7. And a lip gloss is going to be another $5 or $12. And these you can have them $2.25. So that's it. What? Let me write that wrong. $2.25. Yeah, 45 cents. So what did I say? $12. So you actually sell that little bundle. Look for some cute tins or something like that at the Dollar Tree, and then use the little plastic cellophane. It costs much. You can sell for like $15, and that would be reasonable, cute little gift for Mother's Day, for people who just don't have a whole lot of money. They and then they get to smell the scent. Just a thought, some way to prevent new. There is things on the inside of it. She got the perfume, and the guy who Oliver Crest, master perfumer. So talks about some things with perfumes. So those are the good to know things. There's also some top 10 tips inside here. So y'all are missing valuable stuff if you aren't getting into your what's new, looking at it.